baby.
We in here, yeah, we in here, 'cause we been.
Y'all better get comfortable with saying black.
We in here, yeah, we in here, 'cause
Black versus the Board of Education.
Cause we can't get rid of us now. We in here, yeah, we in here, 'cause we can't get rid of us now. And you know that we will, and we're going to what you been here.
That's why we are indeed a whole mood.
That's it.
You missed the beginning.
Welcome back. We are officially launching season 7 of Black versus the Board of Education. Hello. Welcome to the party. My name is Miss Laureen, and I am your hostess with the mostest, back for my 7th season. Oh my gosh, Melissa, what is we gonna do, girl? So this is our 7th season. Melissa has been with me this whole time, and so I think it's only right that we kick it over to you for your introductions, and we'll pop back in the studio and get the rest of the voices on record.
Hello, my name is Melissa. I am a sophomore at UC Berkeley, and I'm so excited to be back for season 7. Like, it feels like we just started yesterday, and I'm just so excited to be back.
Well, and we've gone through several iterations of characters on the cast, and when I tell you that Melissa has been down like 4 flats, man, I don't know what I would do without my girl. But look at the pose. He threw me off. But we're gonna bring it right back into the studio, and we have our gentleman sitting masculine, and we're just gonna go ahead and put it to them. So go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
How you doing, everybody? It's Mr. Fox.
Mr. Fox is back for another season. This is their 2nd season with us?
Yes, ma'am. It is.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Did you turn me down? Because I got really low and muffled. Can you fix that for me, please? Thank you so much. And sir, right here. Yes, you.
James, back for season 2.
Okay. Season 2 for you.
Season 2 for me.
Okay, now pull that closer to you because you kind of far. And I don't know, you sound like you way far away in the mountains, and I need you to come down to the land. Yeah. And so today we are actually looking at the book Up From Jackman. The author is in the building. Mr. Harold D. Baldwin, welcome to the Black versus the Board of Education. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, or however you want to introduce yourself, and we'll jump right into the discussion.
Thank you. My name is Harold Baldwin, as you said.
Uh-huh.
I'm a Southerner from the East Coast.
Okay.
I am from South Boston, Virginia.
South Boston, Virginia.
A wonderful place. Went to Marion Bethune High School there.
Okay.
Very nice.
And had wonderful instructors and all. And I like this book, Up From Jackman Middle School, right here in Sacramento, California.
Fantastic. Do me a favor, pull that microphone just a little bit, or get like in front of it, because I want to make sure nobody misses anything that you are saying, because it's so important.
There you go. Pull it towards you.
You got it? Let me see.
How's that?
Either maybe it's my headphones. I don't know. But we're gonna keep it moving, because if you wouldn't mind, this book Up From Jackman is an autobiographical memoir. That's how it's being described, and it traces your life from exceptional hardship towards purpose, community, and empowerment. So, what made you want to write a book?
Well, I didn't know until about 3 months ago that I wanted to write a book.
Okay.
A friend of mine.
Wait. You didn't know from 3 months ago? You'd already put it out in his hardcover in my hand? Like, wait a minute. I'm confused. Okay.
Let me explain that.
Okay.
I started this book 3 years ago.
Okay.
Maybe 4 years now. A friend, Cynthia Wilkerson from Bethune High School, my classmate, said, Harold, you said in high school you wanted to write a book. I said, I did. So I've always wanted to write a book.
Okay.
And I was inspired on break time at Charles Mack Elementary School when I was subbing for IEPs.
Mm-hmm.
I'd go to the library to take a break. And the librarian, Miss Chris Carpenter, I would tell her a story when she could work and listen to me. She liked my stories. She said, you should write a book.
Oh.
So I went home and started writing a book.
Oh, fantastic.
And thus Up From Jackman Middle School, Jackman. And it's not just about Jackman. Like you said, it's a memoir of my whole life.
And so, what type of significance does Jackman hold for you then? If you put Jackman on the in the title of your book, I'm assuming that it holds a special place for you. So, what is the significance?
Jackman is an excellent middle school right here in the Elk Grove Unified School District. I know from firsthand. I taught there for 5 years.
It might have been okay. Well, let me stop. I'm not going to add my personal. Go ahead. So, what is the significance? You said Elk Grove and Jackman, and I'm like, ooh, we have to pull Dr. Luke Wood on here to tell you what he done got about Jackman. But go ahead.
This is my point of view, Dr. Wood. Sorry. Anyway, I went to Jackman Middle School from Laguna Creek High School.
Okay.
And
as a teacher, you didn't do it as a student.
No.
I want to make sure because sometimes they're like, wait, he went to Jackman? No, he was a teacher at Laguna and went to Jackman to teach.
Went backwards. Anyway, I thought I'd go there and give back to the community. At the time, Laguna Creek High School was the teacher of the year. I'm sorry, the Laguna Creek High School was a distinguished school of the year for the state of California, one of the schools. And I left there that year after they'd made it to the top and went to Jackman, which is not very highly rated in that manner.
Right.
So I went back to give something to the community. Well, they gave something to me.
Oh, Lord. Okay. We want to know more. What's the spill the tea?
Those kids loved me. But they smacked me down in the beginning because I went there at lower level figuring I can handle these kids. They were so tough. They were so tough that I was failing as a teacher.
Oh, wow.
I had good lesson plans. I had curriculum and all the good stuff and tests and quizzes, but I was too easy on them. They need love, tough love.
Okay.
And I wasn't able to give that until Mrs. Boyd and Mr. Gazitis came to speak to my class. They said, kids, you're not treating Mr. Baldwin right. He's a good teacher from Laguna Creek High School. Cut it out. And they did, and I did. I did. I got
cut it out too?
I got tough.
Oh.
I was too easy.
Okay.
Didn't know it. And from that day on, things were different. Firm, fair, and consistent, and tough love. It paid off.
Interesting.
It's funny because it segues off into what I was thinking when I see you. Your book is good. Your book is very good. However, in like you said, it's about you.
Yes, sir.
And in representing the true character of you, I was looking at the fact that I've seen you in works, in action, behind the scenes, at times where people don't take selfies at. You know, I've seen you at those type of places. You know, that's a different type of time when you be on, when people can't break their camera out and take that selfie. It's more personal. And I've seen you in those times, and I've seen your attitude at those times. I've seen your energy at those times when you had to look out for other people and not yourself, and you yourself needed water too. And we was out in the sun and on different occasions at that. This ain't just one time. So it wasn't like, oh, it was just that one time. I've seen you like that. So I wonder, when you say I gave them stern discipline, I gave them some backbone, you know, in the reference, in the frame reference of where did that come from for you? How do you reconcile the lack of having biblical parents with finding parental or guiding figures in your life?
My natural parents were not there, but I had a fantastic aunt, Nanny Frances Gray, my mother's sister.
I need to call my aunt.
And her husband, James Linwood Gray Jr., not a blood relative. He's the one that said, let us take those 3 boys in.
Wow.
My father, gone. Another African-American man left the family, having his party. My mother was sick. She was in the hospital for 2 years. We had nowhere to go. My Uncle James said, let's take those boys in. They took 3 boys in, and they were middle to low income. And they really couldn't afford it. My uncle had to work a part-time job to maintain everything on the top level. And as far as I'm concerned, we were not poor because we never missed a meal. We had clean clothes every day, and we were well behaved. Religiously, they were religious. So that was not lacking. We went to church, Sunday school or Sabbath school every weekend. Went to public school, had perfect attendance almost every day in elementary school. All black school because things were segregated then. but we got the love. We got the straight talk. We got good teaching, and we learned well. If you got in trouble, there was no time out. There was time in on your derriere. You went to get your own switch.
Uh-huh.
So the religious discipline was there from James and Annie Gray.
Right. And I wanted to highlight this too before we did move on. When I did say I seen his character in his works out in the field, they have been positive. They have been what he says about his discipline. They match up for me of what I see about you in your book. That's what I meant to say. I didn't want to just leave the ball open like that on air like that and not say that. Your character does match up to that to the book, man, and it's a good read because it's about you. It's really about who you were becoming and what disciplines you met along the way in shaping who you are as a man today, and still model in front of the community to see.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
And that's not just on my own. I'm not a self-made man.
Correct.
There are people around me, even people younger than me, who help keep me in place. Like some of the things you say, I said, man, I need to live up to that. Don't say they're all true, but at the same time, I need to live up to it.
Miss Melissa?
Yeah, something you said really stuck out to me. You said there's people around you even now who are, like supporting you and helping you get to where you want to be. And that really speaks to me. Were there specific mentors or teachers who kind of contributed to that journey, who made you believe in yourself more than you might have at the time?
When I came from Stockton, I taught there for several years. Very good experiences there too. I went to Laguna Creek High School. There was Megan Slayton, excellent teacher. And there was also Matt Hamp, who was younger than me. He came in a year, maybe the same year I came in, but he was a young guy, just starting out. Good role models. Chris Hoffman and I were colleagues.
Boo. No, I'm stop.
He's now the fine superintendent of
The what?
the superintendent of
I thought you used an adjective. Oh, because that's debatable. But go ahead.
And another fine person I work with is Ludi Avalos. She was up Laguna Creek.
Oh, I love Ludi. Hey, Ludi.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sam Walton, didn't work with him, but he's a community guy I knew. I met Willie Brown, shook his hand while walking the streets of San Francisco. I saw him there. Roy Grimes, who was on the board at Sac City.
Mm-hmm.
And I worked with him at Jackman, who was a good teacher there. And of course, from my older days, there's Louise Martin. Louise Martin, she lives on the East Coast now. There was George Gunn, excellent educator. Camilla Watling, lots of people. They made life good for me. And I have a list that I can't go through right now. Probably 100 people in my community.
You said you can't go through it? Why?
Well, it's just too many. I have another list I'll go through later on of local people.
Okay.
But that's my home community. And I say these people help to affect my life. Most of them positively.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them negatively. Like the man who told me as a kid he's going to shoot me the next day with a shotgun.
Oh.
That was a good influence on me. You know why?
Why?
Because I learned how to tip up to his door and deliver the newspaper before he get his shotgun.
Technique. I still got a job to do.
James.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Kind of like what Fox was saying when it comes to like the different disciplines, right? You have went through so many challenges in your life when it came to just like being a teacher and going to that other school, and also just growing up. I want to ask you, like, can you share a moment in your life where you had, you almost gave up, but you had to just pull through? And you talk about, there's other mentors and other people, other teachers who have like advocated for you in those moments. But is there a moment for yourself where you had to pull through, and like inside and pull it out of you?
Only just a few years ago, when I discovered, someone shared with me about a person's character in my hometown.
Mm-hmm.
I had tried to burn a person's house down.
You said you had tried to burn some. You see, I'm looking at you like, what? Like literally or figuratively speaking?
Literally.
Oh,
Wow.
They had a raised house. I was under the house with a red amber in my hand, and I put it to a 2x4.
But why?
To torch the house. Because most likely, it's a vague memory, but it was so troubling. That person, that older kid, had troubled me. and the fire went out because I was a young and silly kid, 4 or 5 years old. And when I found out about their character, I said, "Oh, so that's what happened to me then." So it like a part of me died just a few years ago,
Mm.
3 or 4 years ago. And I said, "Oh, that happened to me." It's amazing how something that happened to you a long time ago, and that person's dead. That older kid, they're dead.
Yeah.
But still, it's like that happened to me.
Mm.
And for days, I just was not myself. So you have to be careful what you dig into. Psychologically, emotionally, some things you don't want to know. The body is designed to protect and heal itself, the mind, the spirit. And my body and mind has done that. And I don't want to go to a psychologist and say, "Oh, what happened back then? Put me in a hypnosis." I don't want to know. I know too much already.
Right.
But I'm all for counseling, church counseling, MFCC counseling, psychologists, psychiatrists. I'm for that.
Shout out mental health awareness.
Yeah, it is mental health awareness
Shout out mental
month.
health awareness.
So, no, it's suicide and it's suicide prevention.
Suicide prevention awareness. Shout out. Call the hotline if you need to be suicide prevention.
When I taught high school, we did current events every Monday.
Mhm.
That was the weekend assignment. Easy. Who, what, when, where, how much, how many, etc. And when suicide would come up, I'd stop the lesson right there and do a segment on suicide.
Yeah.
And explain to people that I've had friends who attempted suicide.
Yeah.
And then I told them about some people who were successful, but they're still living today. They committed suicide. They killed their old life.
See, you almost lost me. I'm out. I'm on the bus now because I was like, "Wait, what?"
They killed their old life, the old person.
Yeah.
If you keep on doing the same negative thing, you will keep getting the same negative results.
Yeah.
And they're prosperous, successful, and healthy today.
That's what's up. So, I wanted to kind of segue back into your teaching, what I'm assuming your love for teaching, because you go into sometimes hostile territory and you're met by kids who have been let down by previous educators before they're coming to you. What I did hear you say is you were failing as a teacher. And for some reason, that is very hard for some teachers to admit, that maybe the way in which they're coming across, or their method of teaching is not working for particular students. So how did you revive or do the remix on your teaching style to make sure that you were having maximum impact?
What I thought of other mentors like Mary Kelly from Stockton, Mary Penn, Joseph Toy, Khalad Zapata from Somalia, Africa. And I think about those people, how they taught. Also, Alvin Pendel from Bowie State College, Doris Whitehead, model students, model teachers, model administrators. And that I drew on them because the way I really got started as a teacher was observing others. I went to college. I was a student teacher. I got the credential to be a teacher. But when I got to a classroom, I said to the principal, "Who are your best teachers on campus?" I went to observe them. You can't just go to college, get that paper. "I'm a teacher now."
Well, some people
4.0. I'm ready.
Until they get up in there.
Some people leave teaching in just a few years because they weren't ready. You want to make sure you're ready to observe classroom before you finish college. Change your major if you have to.
Right.
But don't think I'm going to be this wonderful teacher sitting in the classroom and kids going to be, "Hi, Mr. Baldwin, how are you? Can I help you?" Oh, no. Go home, Mr. Baldwin.
Right. Well, Muhammad Ali used to say, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
Whoa.
And so, I would assume that going into these school settings where you have a specific plan and the kids kind of make you revamp that plan on the spot. Were you a good, how do you say, were you good pivoting on the spot?
You have to be,
Okay.
especially as a substitute teacher, and especially in high school. They don't welcome you; they challenge you.
Right.
Well, they challenge. That is your welcome. Hi, Mr. Baldwin. How you doing? and I have him stand outside, about to come in, and I said, "I'm Mr. Baldwin, as you know. What's your name?" "I'm Green." "Hi, Mr. Green." I said, "Mr. Green, am I going to have a problem with you today?" He said, "No, Mr. Baldwin. No." So we'll eyeball to eyeball. I don't care how tall he is. I don't care what color or race or whatever he's about. We're going to get along as people. I'm going to respect him. The word I put on the board when I substitute teach is respect.
Yeah.
And I added a few other words. I've added kindness to it because of how I observe principals and vice principal handle students. But respect is the key thing. Genuine respect. Don't act like you respect. We really respect them.
Right.
Find that respect. Look at the word definition. Look definition. Respect. To show honor and dignity towards another. I'm looking at this man with respect. Now, if I meet a person, I look at him like this. It's like, what are you doing here?
Right.
You don't look at kids that way. You look at them with respect. You talk to them as if they are a person, not a little person. Even if they're little. If they're little, I'm going to get down to the level, either emotionally or I'm going to get down the seat and look at them eyeball to eyeball.
Straight
Respect. Respect. Come on.
And before we move to you, there is actually a question in the chat. It says, how do you remain relevant with our changing environment when it comes to educating our young people?
I have grandchildren, thank God.
Hey, Miss Danetta.
Grandchildren teach me the music they listen to, the jive they talk.
Not the jive. Oh, Lord. He went to the 70s. Yo, jive, turkey.
I want to reach my people out there from the 70s. The language, the slang, and some I don't speak it, but I'll throw it out there now and then. Even Ebonics now and then. Yo.
Here you go.
Yeah, that's a perfect segue. It's like where we going. Like I noticed for myself, right? And I'm listening to you say, I had to do certain things on certain campuses, and I had to reach people at different levels. Sometimes we had to pull them out. Sometimes I find myself too. It's an on the spot call, and I see it when I see it, and I need to talk to him directly. It's the only way. But I learned that from somewhere else, and in some places, I was adding them to different definitions as I was moving up. And some of my personal definitions for us sitting in the room is my manhood, as I'm adding to my spirituality, as I'm adding to my manhood, and I'm attaching my manhood to my profession, as a counselor. And then you add, what is it right to be a human being? What is it right spiritually? What is it right moral? And what is it right on the spot? So I'm listening to you and I'm saying he's moving from field to field. So for me, my question would say, once you've achieved a certain milestone, like you said, I go in the room, I'm a counselor now. You can't just go in the room and say, hey, I got it all. I got all the answers. I'm a counselor. Check it out. What's your problem? I know what you need to do. Breathe 10 times. It's over. It's good. That's not, you know what I mean? It don't work that way. And I need to monitor and mirror other people. And sometimes we learn from mirroring. And sometimes we learn because guess what? As a man, we bump our heads. I bump my head and I know, ooh, don't do that. Yeah. Let that person talk. I overtalk them. Once you achieved a certain milestone, how did your sense of identity change, especially in relation to helping others up, as your title suggests? Like, because every time I had something else attached to me, I felt a different way. It's a different air. What for you? How did you?
Listening to them. I have to listen to them to see what their problem is, to see what their learning frustration is, or their learning disability. Also, if I'm there for a day or two as a substitute or as a regular teacher, I get to know those children. I get to know them. In fact, on the first day or two, they write a little story about themselves. Your family is very important. And teaching is teamwork. And I get to know that kid. I get to know that parent through the kid. When I taught at Jackman Middle School, I call every parent every semester, a quarter. I forget what we had then, but I called every parent and they said, oh no, what kind of trouble's my kid in now? I say, your kid's not in any trouble. I'm calling to give a compliment. I called every parent every quarter or every semester. I think it was every quarter. It seemed like I called them 4 times a year, and was rarely negative. It was positive because they were doing something positive. There's a story in there in the book, Jackman, where there was a young man who got kicked out of school in the high school at Laguna Creek during the summers. I called his mom and I said, I hate to bear this bad news, but your son, they're sending him home for the rest of the summer because he called a friend, an adult, on campus to beat up a kid. So your son is out. I'm sorry. And I said, before I said all that, I told him the good things about the parent, the child, and
Right.
because he had been respectful and decent. And some of you may know him. He got kicked out of school, but
how would we know him?
well,
He looked at me. He said, Fox.
Some of y'all.
his name is John.
Oh Lord.
In fact, later on, I met his mother.
Okay.
Oh Lord.
Later
We
on,
know him.
I met,
He married my mother. That's what he's about to say.
later on, I met his mother while at a book signing for one of her friends at Arden Mall.
Oh my gosh.
And she said, I know you.
I ain't never heard this story before. I gotta check the validity. Hold on.
So that parent I called, I didn't know. I just wanted to ease her into the fact that her son has been kicked out of school. I later on married her. And now she's been my lovely, wonderful wife for 25 years.
I'm gonna check the validity of this story. But while we checking into the validity of this story, Melissa, it's on you.
Okay. Something that you said earlier, Miss Lorene, about a teacher who can recognize that they need to do something different, that really sticks out to me as someone who wants to be a teacher. I want to be a professor, and so I want to be able to recognize when I need to do something different for students. That's really at the core of what I want to do. And so my question to you is, what, after recognizing that there needed to be a change or realizing that something was wrong, what drove you to keep going and actually make that change? Because you can recognize that something needs to happen and still as a person not want to change it. So what drove you to keep going to improve?
I am a positive person. Sometimes it's not realistic, but I'm going to be positive anyway. I can see a tractor trailer coming towards me, and I said, it's going to work out.
I hope you get out the way.
Oh, I have a good accelerator. I always have maximum speed if I can, need to get out of the way, and I have some maneuvers that are unbelievable.
You sound so devious. Hold on.
Nah, I feel you.
Repeat that question again, please.
Melissa.
What drove you to keep going after recognizing that there needed to be a change?
Just being a positive person. I'm realistically positive. I really am. I have to check myself on that sometimes. I think it can always work out. When I was growing up, there was a song by Little Milton. The kids haven't heard of that. We are going to make it. We're going to make it. Can you come on, pull up and put a little bit of it on? Anyway, we're going to make it. I was in a house as a child without running water. And I was hoping one day we'd have running water. And I'd sing that song, we're going to make it. There was segregation and discrimination in my school and in my neighborhood. And that song said, we are going to make it. Over and over. It was like a mantra. And we had Jesus in our life. I went to church. It was a Christian church. Excellent pastor. Oh, Dr. T.E. Holmes. Seminary trained. He'd hoop and holler, but he'd teach first. So I teach first. And being super positive and finding reasons to be super positive is that the results come out better when you think positively. You're not going to fail. You're not going to crash. Take your time, step by step, you'll get there. Make a plan. If you don't have a plan, you'll most likely fail.
If you're just joining us, we are joined by author, former teacher, or current substitute, Harold D. Is it Harold D. Baldwin? It say Harold J on here. Hold on, let me get my book.
Diva Douglas.
Harold D.
D.
Baldwin.
Like
And his
D,
book,
man.
Up From Jackman. Jackman is located here in Sacramento, California. And he's taking time out of his schedule to come tell us all about it. And while we are in the midst of listening to him, you are listening to season 7 kickoff of Black versus the Board of Education. James, we are kicking it right to you.
Okay, so before I go, there is someone that commented, Miss
Yes.
Donetta. Yeah,
Yes.
commented.
Miss Donetta says, were there times when you had students that challenged you because another student was your favorite? And how did you deal with managing the situation? And then we'll go to James.
I did not have any favorites.
What?
Some students thought they were favorites.
Have
Well, there
favorite?
was a favorite. She was a TA. Her first name is Tiffany. I won't say her last name.
Uh-huh.
Her mom's a judge. But she was a favorite. 'Cause
So
she
we're
did-
going to look for all the Tiffany's with moms who are judges. Got it.
Got it.
She did her work. She corrected my papers. She even corrected my papers from college.
Huh.
Because I was teaching at San Joaquin Delta College, and I bring them up, and during her spare time, she correct them for me. Yeah, so I never took any away from the school district of that time, but we had some free time, and she also helped with another favorite of mine is Bird's daughter,
His oldest daughter.
Petrie,
Uh-huh.
yeah, Patrick
Yeah.
Bird's daughter. Valine,
Bird,
yes. She helped us establish the Black History teaching course for the whole district. I wrote
wow.
the curriculum with Dan Sophia, former vice principal.
Mhm.
We wrote the curriculum, and she protested for that class, and we got it. Bailiff Bird came on to work with us, and it was good. It was good. If I don't totally answer the question, please check.
Yeah, and I think what she's wanting to know is were there other students who believed that they were teachers' pets and they challenged you because they thought you were showering the other students with attention or whatever? That's how I'm gonna paraphrase it.
I'm also a humorist.
Huh?
Sometimes I'm a humorist too.
Okay.
And they would say that. I said, "You're my favorite too, honey." And I would say that was the boy or girl.
You're my favorite too. Oh, Lord.
Never got in trouble with it.
Well, good.
They understood it because I don't take those things seriously when they say that. And most of the time the kids are joking.
Yeah.
But you do have favorites in your mind because some kids are so kind, so wonderful. They're just good through and through.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't let everyone else know that because then that be treated badly by other kids. So
Yeah.
I try not to show favoritism. But of course, you have it in your heart and your mind.
Mm-hmm. We all know that. That's what she said. Not favorite, but thought.
Yeah.
Mhm,
Oh, yeah.
mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. James.
Yes. So I have a quick question. So, as a teacher, you have said this, growing up, like for you, you were always a positive person. And for you, it came through the music. Like, we are going to make it, that affirmation through those times, back in the day, through those times. How do you, when it comes to even bringing people in, like I know you say when you're, as a teacher, your student, as a teacher, you look a student in the eye and, respect them and a positive person. For a whole classroom, how do you instill positivity and sustain, how do you sustain the faith in a classroom, build resilience, build optimism during long stretches when they feel like progress feels invisible to them?
Oh, okay. Thank you. That's a good question. Lots of good questions today. The students are good. I let them know verbally that they are intrinsically valuable.
Mm.
My master's degree is in person-centered education.
Mm.
So I have been trained to talk to or communicate with every student every day.
Mhm.
It may just be a look. How's it going? How you doing? What's up? To every student. And sometimes I just stop. How's your day? Terrible. I hope it gets better. We're not going to discuss it right now in front of the whole class, but I'm checking on every student every day best I can. And if I forget someone, sometimes I'll hold a student back for a moment. I don't hold them back and close the door. Ask, who's your friend? Tell your friend to wait right there. Hold the door inside. I want to talk to you. What's your problem today? You look different. What's wrong? We'll talk. I said, do you want to see a counselor? They may talk to me for a moment and be okay. They say, I'd rather not talk about it. I said, are you threatened? Are you in harm? Are you sick? They say no. And I'm done. I can't force them to go anywhere.
Mhm.
But they say they're okay,
Take
they're not
notes.
being threatened.
Mhm.
They may be on their way. And I'm not going to be in a room alone with any kind of student, no matter how old, how young, whatever. I'm going to respect them, make them feel safe. And if they're in the room with me alone, that kind of happens, I'm going to make sure they're always by the door. They have a way to escape in case they need to go. They can never say, Mr. Baldwin trapped me in a room.
For real.
Right.
No. My time is good time.
I like
It's to
that.
bless you and lift you up.
Wow.
Don't ever put a kid down. And don't tell them they're bad.
Mm.
They'll believe it. And they'll live up to it and show you how bad they can really be.
Mm.
That's right.
For real.
That's right.
Because I know bad.
For real.
So
Read
you
the
were
book.
just you
I
were
was bad.
you
I was
were
bad.
You're misunderstood.
Michael
Yeah,
Jackson
you was
bad.
dealing with some stuff. Question for you, because I'm listening as you're talking. I'm getting more questions than what I actually prepared on my paper. So you're saying that you would never talk to a student in front of other peers, right? About whatever. Would you ever, and I'm assuming you would never embarrass them in the
No.
classroom setting. Can you explain for the people in the back why embarrassing a child or constantly naming a child in front of their peers is not probably the best way to get them to be, I don't like the word compliant, but for them to be the best student they can be? How does that harm the chances of that if you're constantly calling them out in front of their peers?
Embarrassment is a personal attack.
Mm.
Embarrassment is disrespect. My rule is respect. That rule is for me as well as for the student and the other teachers.
Mm.
And sometimes you have to challenge teachers. Let me talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
Let me handle that for you. Let me help you out. I never take anything away from another teacher. Well, if a kid's running wild, I'll take it. Hey, stop.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they're in another teacher's class, I'll apologize to the teacher, but this kid's running wild in front of me, in front of them. I'll stop that right away. But you never embarrass a kid. That's not like you to behave like that. Or maybe it is like them. Then you say, you can do better. Don't lie to them. Don't tell them they're a good boy or a good girl.
Mm-hmm.
But lift them up in some way. Find something good to say about it. Like John. You paid attention in class. He participated in class. But then when he brought that other person on campus, the administration said he has to go.
Yeah.
And I'm still working with him today.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I know that wasn't what I was supposed to ask, but I actually have something else that I wanted to ask because I'm going to. Sometimes people make segregation seem like it was so long ago. But I just heard you mention that you went to an all-black school because of segregation. So it's not that long ago as far as, if we're quantifying it. And side note, I was watching on Instagram this weekend, Actively Black, the apparel line, brought out all these folks like Ruby Bridges. They had the gentleman who was photographed at
Drinking the water first,
the Whites Only waterfall. They had Bob Marley's grandchildren. They had Basquiat's family walking in their show. They had Martin Luther King and Malcolm X's daughters walking in their show. They had John Carlos from the Olympics. So I'm just like, people make it seem like it was so long ago, but people are still around from that time.
Thank you.
How do you reconcile your experience with what you saw then and what you're seeing now in terms of things being the way, I don't want to say the way that MLK wanted them to be, because he said he felt he led his people into a burning building. But when we talk about desegregating schools, is it better now or was it better then? What do you think?
For me, personally, it was better then.
Yeah.
Because of where I am today.
Mm-hmm.
For my children and grandchildren, It may be better for them. I'd have to ask them. But it was better for me because if I'd been in integrated school in that day, I would have been beaten up because I was a bad guy. I would take on anybody. If I'm going to hit a kid outside of my race, kick him out of here.
Yeah.
So it was better for me to be there with people who respected me, knew I had troubles, knew that I was not living with my natural mother and father. That may be a little different. I didn't even know that till later on, because those parents, my aunt and uncle, they loved me as if I were their own. They took care of me. And then coming to this district, there are people who looked out for me. There are people who made the way for me to do well here. Well, Wilma Osborne, employee, Dr. Odie Douglas, Art Murray, Beverly Draper, Wayne Robinson, Mayola Coleman Bender, Barbara Knowles. In fact, she was Chris Hoffman's teacher many years ago.
Stop bringing that man up. Because I want to know, did he learn something?
That's my friend.
Shout
Roy
out to her.
Smith,
Somebody needs to pull him though.
Maria Herndon, Jerome Adams, retired and a substitute teacher, LaWanda Stovall, Barbara Brooks Barker. Wow, what a teacher. Paula Meeks, Priscilla Marsh Moyer, Candy Jackson, Brad Watson, Nicole Brown. These people helped to pave the way for me. Most of them were here before I got here. So it made it easier for kids to say, oh, he looks familiar. He looks like Ken Watkins, or he's the same background as Felicia Bissent, Charlotte Finnessy, Daryl Camp, Thelma Jackson, Barbara Evans. They could relate to me because they had seen people like me, or look like me, act like me. Cynthia DeLuz, Donna Cherry, excellent associate superintendent, former. Walker Munson, Priscilla Perkins, Flo Johnson, Philip Moore, Mizumi, Delaire Doyle, Eugene Christmas. Excuse me.
Why you do that?
I like him. You don't. That's okay.
Wait, who said that? How did I get into this?
Political debates. Not on my friends list.
Bridget Boyle. No, Bridget Bell. Laurie Osborne. Jacqueline Hodge. Olison, I think it is. Keith Mims.
Shout out to Keith Mims.
Peter Lambert. Gretchen Henry. Jackie Weiss, former principal at Valley, I believe it was, wasn't it? Velma Larry. Oh, she was quite a historian too. Ramon Livingston, Angela Watts, Joyce Knight Bennett, James Ross. These are people who paved the way. I paved the way for some folks too. I hope they call my name one day. But these people paved the way for me. Betty Jones Goyens. I don't know her, but I have a name written here. I'm not sure if I said it correctly. My apologies. General Davy. Steve Winlock, Dr. Steve Winlock.
He just retired from Scoey. Shout out to him.
All right.
He was my principal in elementary school.
Okay. Toby Page, Sheila Gibson, Irene West. There's a school named after her. Irene B. West Elementary School. Gail Moore. Oh, she was super. Cecil Duke. Yes, he's also from Virginia, where I'm from. In fact, he lived in the school district in Virginia in the 1950s where they shut the schools down for 2 years.
Wow.
Because they refused to integrate.
COVID,
wow.
Technically.
COVID.
Maria Benoit Davis, Waddell Robinson, Roy Grimes.
That's the second time you said Roy Grimes.
Yeah.
You must like Roy Grimes. Roy Grimes must be a personal friend.
He's on this other list. He is a personal friend as well. Marion Knock, Dietrich Perry, and her husband is a substitute teacher now. He's a good guy. Rocky Perry. Get up for Rocky.
I don't know Rocky yet. I'm gonna reserve my give it up.
Rocky Balboa. Champion.
Stop it.
Scott Jackson, Dustin Hunter, Elaine Douglas, former vice principal at Laguna Creek High School. And let us not forget the first principal of Laguna Creek High School. And I'm trying to think of her name right now. It's going to come to me. Oh my, she was super. Miss Alice Kubo. Wow.
Mhm.
Speaking of coming up through things negative, she was in the Japanese internment camp when she was a child.
So that wasn't that long ago either. Yep.
See, everything is fresh.
Yeah.
And this book is not from memoirs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have memoirs to this day. I suggest you keep them today. It helps you remember where you come from. Elementary school to me is like yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
This book was mostly written from memory.
Yeah.
Of course, poems, I wrote them at different times in my life. There was a poem in there about Miss Jackson.
Sorry, Miss Jackson. I am for real.
Fox, you got a question? Because
Yeah,
let me look
that's a
up
perfect
this poem
segue,
about
too,
Miss
because,
Jackson.
As I was listening to you, you named off a lot of names, right? And we was talking about, I'm gonna move you back some before. So we was talking about, I heard him ask, do you have any favorites? And for me, in my lifetime, I would have to say I don't have favorites either, but I have favorite moments. And I do know when one of my favorite things to do that I like to leave on any child is I answer the call. That's my favorite thing to leave them. And sometimes that takes the fact that my favorites could land in the section of people who have more challenges. Challenges take time. And a lot of people don't have the time it takes to answer the call for somebody who's challenging, or the situation has a complex answer, and the complex answer has to be broken down in their little ears to understand.
Oh, yeah.
But their little ears could be affected and wounded if it's not, and they so little.
Yes.
But this is such a real question for the person that I'm trying to help. And I spotted it. Now I'm responsible. So I answered the call. So when I hear that, and I hear what you say about this is what I did with mine, and this is what I said, and I also look at legacy. What do you want to leave behind when you write a book like this? And when I say that, sometimes it comes in the form of what would you tell your younger self? But since we don't get that back, I don't get to tell my younger self that. I get to tell that, as you say, that person that we thought we killed inside,
Yeah,
that moved on. Sometimes he poke his ugly head around and he got something to say. and guess what? I helped you get where you was at, so you're gonna listen to this at least this time. And we got to knock him down. But we don't get to talk to them. We get to talk to our other people in the form of like what you just did. You wrote a book, and like you said, I'm leaving behind this.
Yes.
So, in the form of telling to yourself as another man or another little boy with the knowledge you have now, talking back, except you're talking back to your people in the form of this book. What legacy do you hope Up From Jackman will leave in your family, community, or even more?
My life story, and it leaves direction and correction that helped me, and maybe it will help someone else.
Hmm.
In fact, I have a syllabus, or I should say a rubric for some activities we did. That was many years ago. It's like a living document, though. If you right now write your personal constitution, those out there, if you write your personal parents can do this. Write your personal constitution. Have kids write a personal constitution, something they believe in and something they will live by, something to follow. Put it in writing, word process it, type it out, have AI help you, chat GPT, write it out real good, make it a mini book.
It's funny you say that, because it will be one of the things we discussed in BBSN before we move it on to Melissa, was I actually seen that on the Actively Black as well. And I wanted to challenge my boys and tell them, sometimes they ask us questions like, well, what is this for? Why are we talking about? Why are we still talking about this issue? Because as I looked at some of the Actively Black, the pictures were in black and white. And it makes it look like, man, these people ain't still here, but my people are still alive. My grandfather, you, my auntie, there's other people still. So when you say what for, because they're right here in the face, you're slapping them right here in the face.
Thank you.
I'm standing up for you.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I'm standing up for you because you guys give the knowledge back.
Yes, sir.
We know what we're doing, and so I want to show them that tonight. I want to show them some of the reels and ask them. Maybe I've made a disconnection with you guys. Some of this has been my foundation growing up. What actual foundation do you stand on to where I can propel you forward, and what is it that we can build from? Because ours is from this, and these people are still alive, and it's hard for you guys to get to connect because in school they're telling you, "Oh, it was so long ago." You see it in black and white. But I'm trying to show you something in color that you think is so long ago, and I'm trying to propel you forward with your culture on your back, along with the knowledge and education, and perfectly like the things you wrote in your book. But I like that, and I wanted to acknowledge that too. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Live, and when you know better, you do better. You live it day by day. Students have helped me to live a better life. When they tell me, Mr. Baldwin, you helped my friend out. I had this student, Kareem, I think it's Kareem Anderson. He told me just a few years ago, Mr. Baldwin, you helped my friend. He was so shy. You worked with him. And it was astonishing. There was a Mr. De La Cruz, who was a teacher in the Elk Grove Unified School District. I didn't know what a positive effect I had on him until several years ago when I was subbing at Jackman Middle School. He walked into the classroom and said, Mr. Baldwin. I turned around. And I didn't recognize him. He's a grown man now. Mr. Baldwin, you helped me at Laguna Creek High School. You listened to me. I was going through difficult times. I'm a different man. Thank you. Thank you. And there's Candace Northern, from a student from Laguna Creek High School. And her grandfather was a pastor. And she was a religious young lady, probably still is today. I'm sure I've seen her. Sister Tiny. Conrad. What's Conrad's last name?
Which Conrad?
The one I know.
How many do you have? How many do you know?
I know two.
Which
I know
one? The
some-
one
some
we
good
say
research, the one
cousin
you know.
Conrad or
Cousin Conrad.
Conrad Baldwin?
Yeah, see, he's a good guy.
Mhm.
And that really,
I don't know if you know who I know. Shoot.
Mhm.
Melissa is waiting patiently. She has a question for you. She keeps going on mute and off mute. So I'm gonna kick it to Melissa really quick. Go ahead, girlfriend.
Thank you. Something that you said that really stuck out to me is like you listed out so many people, and it seems like there's a lot of like pouring into community and building community, and that's all gone into your book. And so a question that I have is, who do you most hope will read From Jackman, and what is the main message that you want them to understand and walk away with after reading your book?
I hope my former students from Jackman, Laguna Creek, and all those people out there I've subbed in your classrooms, and all the teachers I've worked with will read this and see, this is me. This is the real me. I've lived this life. I've lived it honestly. I've been fair and kind to everyone I've been in contact with. I've never treated anyone disrespectfully. If I have, and you came over that way, I've apologized to them and others. I didn't mean to do that. That was not my intent. I respect, I love all people. And when I was growing up, there were great people like Charlie Crawley, a good friend of mine, his wife now, Melinda Crawley. I'm from the East Coast, as you know. I can call anyone I knew from high school or elementary school right now. I haven't talked to them in 20, 30 years. Hey, how's it going? It's like we talked yesterday. Different culture.
Mm.
We relate. We're like family, though not related. And of course, my niece, Michelle Baldwin, good folks. I'm thankful for these good people, like Goodson's a good teacher over there at
What do you
Smedberg.
want them to walk away with?
I
though?
want them to walk away with to know that they're intrinsically valuable, to know that when you respect yourself, you treat other people right, it's going to work out. There is a verse, a quote that says, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And I tell you, it's going to come back to you. The good you put out there, it's coming back to you. The bad you put out is coming back to you. And no bad is coming back to me. If it does, it's deflected because there's love here. I have a love shield. Because I treated you right. If you wrong with me, you have a misunderstanding. You have an inner conflict. Your problem's not with me. I don't have any problem with you. I love you. Love you, brother. Love you. Engineer, love you. If I talk too loud, blow your ears up. I'm sorry.
You love back.
Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Mr. James.
This is on the spot. So quick question on the paper. How has the response been since the book you've released? And any stories from the readers that surprised you?
The most surprising story is from Mr. De La Cruz. I didn't know he was touched that way in a positive way. Other people have come back and said good things about me. Oh, today I was at my doctor's for a minor thing. My doctor, my physician, my personal physician, Kaiser Hospital, has bought my book. She showed me on her phone in her library. She has my book. My dentist, Dr. Garland, he bought my book.
That's awesome.
What do I have to tell these people? Why they want to read about me? Because I probably showed them respect and honor. And they said, there's something in this man. And people still call me a young man. I grew up, first of all, without TV. Then we had a black and white TV. And somewhere in the middle, we got a telephone, a party line in the house.
Oh, gosh.
I grew up with
Kareem Anderson is actually in the chat. He says, hi, Mr. Baldwin.
Oh, hello, sir. I'm glad I got your name right. Thank you very much. And do you remember telling me?
Hey, that's the Alpha. He's an Alpha Phi Alpha.
Oh, he's great. He's great. Now,
he called me last week. Hey, Kareem.
Really? Now, he thanked me for helping one of his friends out at Laguna Creek. Is that right, sir?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Small world.
So that's the response. And people said, you got a book. I got to get it. I want your wisdom. Well, thank you. Thank you. Wisdom comes from God. If it's coming through me, it's not from me.
Gotcha.
Accept it from him. Somebody ought to say amen.
I'll say amen. Amen. All by myself. And just so you know, Nisi bought your book. And Nisi read your book, and she said it's a great read, and she wanted me to tell you that.
Wow.
Thank you. Bless you, Nisi.
Also, I have a one last question. All right. What is something people would be shocked to know about you that didn't make it in the book? Because they're going to have to find out all your shocking secrets when they buy the book. It is available on Amazon, and is it Covenant Books or?
Covenant Books and iTunes, Barnes & Noble.
Okay.
And I'll have copies available to people who know me and enable it out.
Well, you're going to sign my book because I got mine from Amazon.
Sounds good.
So before you leave today, you will sign my book. But what is one thing, something that people would be shocked about to know?
How much music moves me.
Okay.
It's not in the book.
Okay.
How much I love riding bicycles. It's mentioned, but I love riding bicycles. How much I love riding motorcycles. Oh, my.
You love riding a motorcycle.
Oh, it's like 40
I ain't never seen you on no motorcycle.
There's a story in the book.
I ain't even heard a motorcycle nowhere around you.
Well, there's a story in the book about motorcycles. I love bicycles and motorcycles.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think that's shocking. And the book will surprise you about a trip I took on a motorcycle. I won't tell you about it. Oh, whew. So
y'all got to get it. Amazon, iTunes, Covenant Books. Make sure you go and you purchase you a copy of Up From Jackman, released by Harold D. Baldwin. For folks who don't know, Harold is my stepfather. He's been in my life for 25 years, although I rarely listen. And I've never had a chance to really sit down and talk to him about his story because I'm out here creating my own story. But I loved reading about you. I loved reading things I did not know. I'm still trying to find that poem that you mentioned about Miss Jackson. I'm going to find that. I'm still waiting for Candy to get back to me to tell me if that story was in fact true, that you spoke about her son. We are going to still corroborate that. And so I don't know how valid that is, but I will be looking to get into that. Is there anything else you want to just tell people? We have like maybe a minute and a half left. Is there anything that you want to tell people about your book, about your writing experience, or just anything in general? Is there
enjoyed writing it. It was not a real challenge. I was just writing about my life. And I'm so thankful again for Chris Carpenter, who told me to write a book. And for those who supported me at Jackman Middle School, Laguna Creek High School, Charles Mack is where the book was born because I was subbing there. And I thank the principal there and the administrators there for supporting me and loving me. And
shout out to Omar Field Ridley, who is still one of my favorite people.
Amen. Amen.
He's over in Folsom, Cordova now as a director over at Ed Services, I think he is. So shout out.
Love your family. Love your love your children. Love your children. There's hope. There's hope for all of us. Keep it going. Look up and have a higher power you look up to every day. And
I got one more thing because I can't never not have one more thing. But How does it make you feel as a person who has been a teacher, administrator, teacher in the school districts to have a stepdaughter like me?
Wonderful.
Who comes
I love
to
you.
challenge
And you're respectful, always respectful.
who comes to challenge the status quo.
I appreciate it.
He appreciates it. So y'all
Very
can
much.
back up off me because I ain't
There
saying
you
nothing
go.
wrong.
All right.
So with that, we're going to hit y'all with the peace sign. We will see you here next week, 4:30 PST. Our guest next week will be Delia Baldwin. She is running for re-election for the Elk Grove Unified School District School Board, and we can't wait to put her in the hot seat. So join us next week. Peace out.
Peace.